Nitpick. Welcome to Remembering, where I talk about games that have had heavy influences on me. Today's topic is Super Mario 64 for Nintendo 64. Released in 1996, Mario 64 was one of only 2 launch titles for the N64. It was also the very first game to introduce Mario into the realm of 3D, giving him new abilities and environments to explore. Being a kid who grew up playing Mario games, not at my house, but my neighbors, I had a longing to play Super Mario 64 the second I saw it. I would go over to a good friend of mine's house just to catch glimpses of his older sibling playing the game by his lonesome in his room. Everyone would ooh and ah as we peeked through the door, catching a different imaginative level being played every time we looked. Then he told us to go away, slamming the door. I had never seen a 3D console game before seeing this one, and boy did I want it in my hands more than anything. It just seemed like the logical next step for gaming, making these wonderful Nintendo characters even more realistic by bringing them to life with polygons. So while my good friend's older sibling wouldn't release the game from his own grasp for us to play, I would wish night after night for this game to fall into my possession. And somehow it did. My family, mother in particular, wasn't fond of me getting any gaming consoles. By the time the Nintendo 64 was released in America, I had already played a lot of games through friends and neighbors who lived close, and she felt that was all this little Nitpick needed. After being denied and told by my parents that I won't get a Nintendo 64, my grandpa had asked me what I wanted for my birthday. Being the little brat I was, I told him that I wanted the gaming console more than anything. He promptly took me to the store and bought it along with the only game I wanted, Super Mario 64. Of course, Mother was furious, but I didn't care. I was now exploring an entirely new world through the many secret paintings and passageways in Peach's labyrinth of a castle. Mario 64 was all I would talk about to my friends at school and my neighbors. I wasn't allowed to bring the console home as punishment for my actions, so the only time I was allowed to play it was when we took trips over to Grandpa's. Safe to say I had a sudden interest in visiting Grandpa as much as possible. With my times away from the game, I would read up on it and talk to others as often as I could to find out where the secrets were and how to get the stars. Then, upon returning to Grandpa's, I would find as much as I could in the time afforded to me and then restart the process. It wasn't until after I had beaten Mario 64 and bested Bowser that I found there were more secrets in the game to gather. You actually get something special for getting 120 stars? You get a star if you collect 100 coins in a level. What? I tried my best, getting to around 112 stars total, but a few of them were too hard for a kid like me. And after trying time and time again, my interest waned as new games were released. But Mario 64 has been permanently cemented into my mind as not only one of my favorite games, but the most groundbreaking platformer of all time. From awesome secrets like discovering the wing cap to just standing in Jolly Roger Bay listening to the incredible music, Mario 64 stands alone in its own category of incredible. I'll never forget my Nintendo 64, which I still have and play to this day, and the Battle of the Polygons that I made it through with my parents. Every time I glance at my N64, I can think back to those days where gaming and life was simpler, and it makes me realize just how lucky I am to have a family that loves and cares for me. Let me know your memories of the game in the comment section below, and I'll see you on the next episode.